Hey guys, sorry my voice is really low. I have to talk really low because people are sleeping. So let's talk about why I've been gone. I've been gone for about 5 months. Sorry, I have to look at my hand because it's like, but 5 months is a really long time. But so I kind of went to rehab. Rehab is not that fun, but yeah, I've been battling addiction for a year now. And I haven't been really active really because of that. And recently I my sister isn't talking to me right now because I'm very immature about it and I need to grow up. So I'm gonna try and grow up. I'm not ready yet to like start making videos again because I'm still really depressed and stuff, and since I'm only a week sober, even after I got out of rehab for 74 days, I had a lapse, and that's perfectly normal, but you have to understand that you have to try, and it's really hard. And like, yeah, I've been like struggling a lot recently with my mental health and stuff like that. But yeah, addiction's really hard to deal with, especially when you have like, I don't know where I was going with that. Okay, I didn't know where I was going with the last thing, but I can't cut that out because I'm using my laptop and I have no editing program on my laptop. Life has been really hard for me since like day one. I've dealt with a lot of abuse in my life, sexual harassment, and I've dealt with a lot of different things. Um, and especially coming onto YouTube at such a young age, it really affected me, and I became a huge attention seeker. Um, and becoming a little bit popular on YouTube at a very young age made me like want more of that attention, and I would freak out whenever I didn't get enough views. I would start drama with other YouTubers, and like I guess that sort of like kind of started me with my suicide attempts and drug usage. At first, when I started hurting myself, it was it wasn't for attention, but it was at the same time. I'm not saying everyone who hurts themselves is for attention, but for me it was, because I would constantly post about it and tell my friends, and I feel really guilty about that, um, for doing that. It's awful, and I'm so sorry to my previous friends that I did that too. But, and then in the past, I tried to hurt myself because I was looking for attention again. And again, I'm not telling anyone who tries to do that that they're looking for attention. That was just me. But at some point, it stopped being for attention, and I took some really addictive medicine that could have killed me. And it's really hard to talk about, but that's what happened. And eventually, that spiraled into my drug addiction because I liked the feeling of being not able to remember what happened in the past, what happened like when I first took it, and then in the middle. And I liked how I just like forgot about everything in that moment. And it really made me like feel happy, I guess. And then, okay, it started off with vaping. My mom told me that she would rather me not vape and she would rather me smoke pot. So I smoked pot for a little bit. And then I found pills. I found out about pills. And so I took some in an attempt to kill myself. And that was an awful thing to do. That one wasn't for attention, that was an actual attempt. I think all my attempts were actual attempts because I'd really have to be pushed to that point where I'd have to, like, like, where I'd have to, like, go there. And, like, I don't know, it's really hard for me to talk about. But, first time I did that, it was awful. I remember sobering up on the couch and my mom being like, "You have to stay on the couch, you have to stay on the couch." And I'm like, "Why? I was asleep the whole time." She's like, "No, you weren't. It took you a while to go to sleep." And I was like, "Oh." And, like, later on, I decided to take it with stuff, with other things. Not to hurt myself this time, but to actually, like, feel better. And I liked the feeling, like, it felt way better to me than my normal self. And yeah, I don't really know how to explain it, but um I've just been struggling this whole time. And eventually I quit for a little bit and then I lapsed. Not like lapsed, but relapsed for a whole month. And people knew about it, yeah, but, like, they didn't know the lengths it was going to. I was stealing alcohol, stealing pills, snorting stuff, all that. It's not fun. It really isn't. And, like, I should have realized that it wasn't fun. It's not fun to lose your family members. It's not fun to, like, suffer that way. Like, in the moment, you may feel like, hey, this is so fun, but after that, you feel so much guilt and disappointment in yourself. And right before I went to rehab, I um I took a bunch of things and I almost died. And this wasn't on purpose. It was just because I was scared my mom would find them in my pocket and she would take them away from me. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna just, like, feel it all at once, I guess. But in the end, I don't remember it at all. I don't. And I don't remember what I was doing. I could barely walk. I heard from my mom. I could barely speak, hearing that from my mom. And then when I got out of rehab, 74 days in rehab, being sober, it was really hard for me to adjust. That's because I didn't I didn't want to change yet. I wanted to still get high. And unfortunately, I had a lapse. I stole Benadryl and alcohol, and I took both of that. And yeah, and then I snorted something. But right now I'm a week clean, and once I get to about a month clean, I'm gonna be ready to start posting again, probably. I don't know, don't like take my word on it. But I don't really want to get too deep into it. But yeah, that's why I've been gone. And you guys don't have to understand. You guys don't have to, like, feel bad for me or anything, because this is a decision I chose. I chose to do this, and now I have to choose to fix it. Bye.